Pixar films may seem one and the same to the young viewers they are targeted for, but there are some vast differences between the two companies, even though they're both owned by Disney. See the things Disney has done over the years that Pixar would never do, and learn what the future has in store for Disney animation. Before you watch, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new Screen Rant content. Traditional animation. Ever since the release of Toy Story in 1995, Pixar has focused on exclusively all CG productions. While Disney slowly transitioned into CG films with the release of Dinosaur, Bolt, Chicken Little, and Tangled, they still embrace the world of traditional animation. In recent years, Disney Animation Studios has released The Princess and the Frog and a feature-length version of Winnie the Pooh. Their classic animation style is still a draw to children and part of Disney's long-standing history. With Pixar's advanced digital technology, don't expect to see any traditional animation anytime soon, but Disney could pull out the format for all types of releases in the future.
The strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
Live-action films. With a deep library of films, Disney has a lot of movies to fall back on and consider creating new properties for. In recent years, the company has begun a new trend of creating live-action adaptations of their beloved hits, like Cinderella, The Jungle Book, and Beauty and the Beast. Soon, you will see a plethora of additional live-action movies, including Aladdin, Dumbo, and Mulan. Just don't expect to see any real-life Bugs Life anytime soon. Pixar has stayed far away from live-action production, although the company did come close to filming a live-action earthquake epic entitled 1906. Even with all of Disney's success in the live-action department, the strategy isn't the same in Pixar's world.
Oh, Aladdin! It's lovely.
Direct-to-video franchises. Pixar is always thinking big with massive releases catered to the largest audiences possible, and they often release films around big holidays like Thanksgiving or Christmas. Disney loves a big release as well, but they also see the massive potential in the home video market. Over the years, Disney has released a number of sequels direct to video, but also created a huge franchise without needing to go to a theatrical release once. The collection of Tinkerbell movies were a huge hit with home audiences, as 6 full-length Tinkerbell films were released from 2008 to 2015. Each new adventure expanded on the Tinkerbell lore and were a success for sales, rentals, and streaming. Pixar has no interest in this market and focuses solely on theatrical productions. Fairy tales. Pixar often works on original stories set in fun worlds, including the world of cooking, the world of superheroes, and the world of talking cars. Ever since the release of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Disney has not shied away from adapting classic fairy tales and putting their own spin on them. Even Frozen was based on a classic fairy tale. Disney's version and animation style allow these films to feel original and become infused into the fabric of the company. The closest thing Pixar has done to a traditional fairy tale is Brave, but even that princess story lacks a prince or some of the more classic fairy tale foundations Disney is known for infusing into their stories.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Musicals. Pixar's Coco featured a completely different feel for a Pixar movie as it included several songs, but was not a true musical. This is one of the biggest things that makes Disney stand out from Pixar. The animation company still creates hit musicals and are responsible for massive hits like Frozen and Moana. Not only are the films great, but the songs really stand out and become part of pop culture. The early 1990s saw Disney's great return to the musical genre with movies like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and The Lion King. The company hasn't looked back since and often relies on the musical format to create a hit.
I was singing here.
Crossovers. While the Pixar theory helps to find a connection between every Pixar movie with their Easter eggs featuring glimpses at characters, Pixar movies typically exist in their own universe and don't really cross over. This is not the case for Disney, a company who is never afraid of creating some great crossover potential. Disney's House of Mouse cartoon featured dozens of characters from their movies interacting at a nightclub. Teaser trailers for Lilo and Stitch famously featured Stitch invading a number of classic Disney moments, including the magic carpet ride from Aladdin. And in Wreck-It Ralph 2, we get to see all of the Disney princesses unite on screen together as they interact with Vanellope.
Oh.
Mickey Mouse Easter eggs. Easter eggs have been around for multiple decades in Disney films, and one of the more classic ways for the company to include an Easter egg is by hiding a Mickey Mouse head inside of the animation somewhere. This trick has been done for years and has actually been featured in a couple of Toy Story films, but Pixar traditionally does their own Easter egg traditions. In a majority of Pixar movies, you can spot the Pizza Planet truck from the original Toy Story movie. The truck has ventured into the world of Brave and the streets of Coco, but the hidden Mickey has been abandoned by Pixar over the years. Disney movies continue with the tradition, however, and honor the true Disney mascot. Broadway productions. Besides film releases, Disney has not shied away from branching out into other forms of entertainment. One of these areas is large Broadway productions. Disney has found a ton of success on Broadway with hits like The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Frozen. Pixar has never ventured into the world of Broadway, although Toy Story was almost adapted into a Broadway production. Portions of Pixar movies and popular characters are often featured in Disney on Ice productions, mixing with other characters from the world of Disney. However, Disney continues to branch out into the world of Broadway even further, with planned productions of both The Jungle Book and Hercules in the works.
Long live the king.
Classic villains. Disney animated movies are known just as well for their classic villains alongside their heroes. For every Aladdin, there's a Jafar. For every Simba, a Scar. Pixar takes a different approach when it comes to creating villains, as many of their films don't really have a true villain. Films like Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Inside Out, and Cars don't really have a traditional villain. More times than not, the characters must struggle with their own emotions and feelings. The obstacles they must overcome are more internal than external. Disney often visits these themes as well, but isn't afraid to present a classic villain like King Candy in Wreck-It Ralph or Callahan from Big Hero 6.
What the hair?
TV show adaptations. Disney loves to expand on the success of a franchise in any way possible. While Pixar doesn't shy away from sequels anymore, Disney goes all out. Along with sequels, the Disney Channel has been home to several animated spin-offs of their most popular films. In the 1990s, fans got to enjoy series based on Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, and Hercules. In more recent years, Big Hero 6 and Tangled have their own animated adaptations. Even though the films were CG, the shows feature traditional animation and a whole new style. The shows are great ways for fans to enjoy all their favorite characters and explore all different adventures without waiting for a full feature film release.
I am Baymax, your personal healthcare companion. Hello, hero.
So there you have it. Do you prefer Disney or Pixar? What's your favorite recent Disney movie? Is there anything that we missed on this list? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to Screen Rant so you can stay up to date with all of our awesome videos. Thanks for watching.